Winners at the ballot box appear to earn the right to rule by arbitrary power. They control and regulate whole populations, whole populations at their pleasure, exactly as the Maharajas of years are Easter years. A democracy allows us to elect those whom we haplessly submit for 5 years. Not true. Pure hyperbole. The jury on the question is still out. Excessive force. Undeniably, any system of law depends on the deployment of force, but it must be consistent with the dignity of a person. Rule of law requires that presence of constraints and on access. Excessive violence, for instance, torture in pursuit of information and confession, is illegal in most decent societies. Yet Jairaj and Banix were victims of a surfeit of unwarranted violence. How does one explain this excessive use of force? Sadly, when a body is broken to bits and the face disfigured, there's not much left to respect. To mutilate a body is to demean and humiliate it. Excessive violence is meant to convey that the life of the victim is truly worthless. Such humiliation is complete with the dismembered body is made when the dismembered body is made public. The European thinker Michel Foucault has argued that the torturous spectacles common in medieval ages have given way to punishment and disciplinary institutions isolated from society. Yet, as we know, public lynchings have not disappeared in our own times. Indeed, residual elements of the public display of violence are evident even in the Jairaj Banix case. Flocked in an enclosed public space, their blood, blood dyed, their blood dyed bodies must have been brought to the hospital in full public glare, then take then taken to be shown to the public magistrate, and when declared dead, publicly handed over to the family. So, what began as an alleged minor offense turned into a grave crime as the body was slowly ripped apart. With each strike on the bodies by the iron rod, the enormity of their crime rose. Impunity of police action deepened, and the warnings to others grew louder. Grew louder. Most of all, these mutilated bodies demonstrated the heavy price for dissent. The purpose of brutality in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu, surplus violence was inflicted with a distinct social and political purpose. In Saturday feature article Ground Zero page, when protectors turned perpetrators, reported that the day before detention, Jairaj sympathetically went up to unpaid workers of a shop nearby, asking them to stand their ground, even as an abusive policeman had threatened to punish them if they did not disperse. Upon learning this, the police felt this openly challenged their authority, an act of aggression, not just on the state but on their very person. From then on, their watch knew no bounds. Also reported that illegal sand mining and sale of illicit liquor are common in the area. It appears that any form of challenge to a police force that plays a key role in maintaining this corrupt and criminal order had to be dealt with swiftly, harshly. A crack in the system must not be allowed to open further. Felt immediately, authoritarian rule works by fear, broking, no deviation. Jairaj and Banix unwittingly made the mistake of questioning the command of the local tyrant. Sorry, coming from an ordinary person, how can such challenge ever be proved? The Jairaj and Banix case shows that without proper rule of law, we are all condemned to live in local tyrannies. How many more lives much how many more lives must we lose before its corrosive impact on our collective life, the loss of freedom and dignity, is acknowledged? This is for all. Thank you.